Jeffrey believes the way to get rich is to try and time the market, then gets scared when he says he was going to buy now at the price he said he was going to buy, yet when he pulls up his Coinbase account to pull the trigger, he believes there will be a better entry, and so for the third time in a row, he completely sits on the sidelines and buys crypto at record prices before the price dumps and he gets wrecked once again. Adonis understands that the long-term DCA method is the true way to wealth. He knows that pursuing his active income to increase this as much as possible, to invest on a weekly DCA protocol, will set him up for success in the next bull run. I remember when I first started to hear about crypto, round about the COVID crash. Now, I don't know if you guys were looking at crypto then, but I was making a good amount of money with e-commerce, and I had about 30 to kind of 40k saved up, where I wasn't really needing to deploy it, but I was seeing a lot of people, for example, like Alex Becker. I remember watching him back in the day, before he kind of went down the DJing crypto way. You probably remember if you can relate. And he was talking about him going to buy Bitcoin at 3k, 4k, 5k, and he completely unloaded the boat. And I remember vividly watching this at the time with my girl at the time, and we were just sitting there, and she was saying, yeah, go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. And I was pretty much just looking at buying Bitcoin. I didn't know too much about altcoins at that point. I heard about Ethereum, but I didn't understand it. And I just kind of wanted to copy Alex Becker because, you know, he's a better entrepreneur than me, and I couldn't pull the trigger. I remember sitting there, like I said, vividly at night, hearts beating, Binance account was launched and I was ready to go, but again, I just couldn't buy the trigger. And at that time, that trade alone, dudes, could have made me, buying 10 coins, for example, 30k, 3k a coin, at those prices. You do the maths, what 10 Bitcoin would have been a peak bull run in 2021, 600k on Bitcoin. And you can probably relate to this, dudes, like if you're looking at cryptocurrency right now in 2023, we're at not those prices, but if you look at just Bitcoin itself, for example, we have just been doing absolutely phenomenal gains. And I'm not saying we're off to the races, but a lot of people watching this channel, you guys know as well, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy. Trust me when I say this, dude, take my lesson and just invest. DCA every single week as much as you can, because you will win long term. Even though I wanted to invest that lump sum back in COVID times when Alex Becker and everybody else was talking about cryptocurrency and I had the money to invest, waiting on the sidelines is never going to be a good idea, because you already know you're in cryptocurrency, you already know you want to go down this path, but just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, it's not going to go well. So why the next 2 months could be once in a lifetime, it really just comes down to getting that income up, investing as much as possible, because it might not be 2 months until we're off to the races, of course, dudes, but what will happen by the time we get in cryptocurrency and things are popping off again, and they already are, I'm not saying this is going to, 30k is going to last, it's probably going to come back down and then go again. Regardless, 6 months, 12 months, 1.5 years down the line, it's going to be too late. And I don't want you guys to be the one that is buying at peak prices because you're trying to get in now. You realize that you should have invested 6 months ago, 12 months ago, and now you're just coming into cryptocurrency now. Because this brings us back to, or me personally, when I actually did get into cryptocurrency for the first time. So Bitcoin was around 19, 20k. It was the end of 2020. And I did look at Ethereum as well. And the reason I bought Bitcoin, dudes, the reason I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum was, again, by that time I started to make a lot more money and I had about 100k, 120k to invest. I didn't invest all, but I remember vividly being on a call with these two guys, and I still know one today, Elias. He's actually coming with me to Dubai and he's scaling a lot of e-commerce stores right now. But the whole point is, we finished our little e-com call. I used to do one-to-ones, etc., whatever. And at the end of the call, Samir just literally went to me, and I don't know what happened to Samir, by the way. I don't know where he is, or if he's some crypto millionaire, because I know he was buying cryptocurrency at stupid prices, so maybe he's somewhere and he did the right stuff. But regardless, he said to me at the end of the call, he said, Jake, you didn't buy Bitcoin at 3k, you didn't buy it at 4k, you didn't buy it at 5k, you didn't buy it at 6, you didn't buy it at 7, you didn't buy it at 10, you didn't buy it at 15. Bitcoin's probably like 18, 19k. And this was honestly the perfect time to really get your last entry in, because if you look at the chart, it just went after this. There was no mercy. It was game over. And Samir said to me, if you're not going to buy now, you're never going to buy at all. Or if you're not going to buy now, you're going to buy when Bitcoin's 40k, 50k, 60k, and you're actually going to lose money because, it's probably a blow off top, the cycle will be over. And he was right. But at the time, I sat with him. Elias went away to sleep. It was late because he didn't really care about cryptocurrency. He just liked e-commerce, and that's fine. Again, active income to get as much as possible so you can have money to invest. Even when Bitcoin's 20k, you can't really do much if you're only making $200 a month with Bitcoin. That's why you have to go down altcoins, in my opinion. But regardless, Samir said to me one more time, he said, are you actually going to invest? Or are you just say you're going to invest and again lose money and miss out? Because he taught me the formulas, or taught me cycles to some degree. It was a very low level conversation. It was just like every 4 years there's a cycle. You invest in the bear market and you get rich in a bull market, but you don't get rich in a bull market by investing in a bull market. And I think we can all relate, because just looking at basic charts, I'm not going to go back to 2013, but 2017, all the people made money in 2016, 2015, just investing when Bitcoin's less than $500, $600, $700. Again, look at altcoins that can be relevant to that. Nobody made money by investing in the bull run. The money was already made in the previous run. And again, he showed me that. He screen shared his screen. And he said, Jake, look where we are right now. Look where you were supposed to buy, or where you could have bought 10 Bitcoins. Now with that same cash, you can only get one and a bit Bitcoins, right? So you've already lost 9 Bitcoin. And he told me Bitcoin was going to at least hit 50k that year. So you've already lost 450k. How is that going to feel for your future, whatever you plan to do? You've already lost, just by waiting 1 year, just over a year, you've already lost yourself 450 grand, $500,000. And he was right. He was right, that was the maths, because I could have picked up 10 Bitcoin. But he said to me again, right, you've got about 100k. What do you want to do? He recommended me to not buy as much Bitcoin, but at least pick up a couple of Bitcoin. And that's what I did. I picked up a couple of Bitcoin, and then I bought Ethereum. I bought a shit load of Ethereum. At the time it was about 40. I had some change because I wanted to look at other altcoins and etc. And we were going to jump on a call again on our next e-commerce call. But the lesson of the story, guys, is if you are sitting on your sidelines and you are asking the question, you're opening up your Binance account and you're going, got 2k, 3k, 4k to invest. It might not be Bitcoin, it might not be Ethereum, it probably isn't. But if you're looking at your phone right now and you're going to yourself, I didn't buy last week, I didn't buy the week before, I'm probably not going to buy until 2025. And just looking at Bitcoin itself, 7 days ago, you've got about 30% in this thing, if not more. Look at altcoins. Altcoins are rallying. Just Ethereum, I look at Ethereum right now, Jesus Christ. Last 7 days, rocketing. Last month, it's doing well. XRP, for example, last 7 days, not bad. Last month, nearly doubled. So the next 2 months, probably nothing is going to happen. Nothing spectacular. Prices might be down in 2 months. But if you are sitting on the sidelines and you haven't started DCAing in, whether that is $50 a week, $250 a week, $1,000 a week, whatever the number is, and whatever the coin is, wasting the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 10 months, you've wasted that. Firstly, your DCA strategy to start building up, because 2 months the prices might be lower down. You might be like, oh Jake, you lost me money because 30k, we're back at 27k, 25k. Well, no, because you've actually got your feet in, you've got the average. You're going to go all the way average DCA down, you're going to average all the DCA up until we get confirmation that we are in a bull run. And then you're just going to sit there and start looking at coins, start looking what coins have 10x, 20x, 30x. And that is the difference between a Jeffrey investor and a Adonis investor. A good investor, or a guy that FOMOs in when prices are up 345%. Because you will make a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be made in cryptocurrency. There's a shitload of money to be made in cryptocurrency. And you guys that already are invested in cryptocurrency right now, I know me, last night I'm looking at my portfolio and I'm going, portfolio's looking effing juicy. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 up in a day. We're getting to those milestones again where it happens. You guys with maybe lower portfolios, it may be like, a couple $100 a day, a couple $1,000 a day if you have a little bit more, just with the recent pumps. This is just the start. We're not off to the races. Nothing spectacular I believe is going to happen, just with looking at the cycles and what Samir taught me and what I still believe in. But this is just like a little nudge. Hey, you probably should start DCing in, because this is just what's to come. If you look at the previous run, 2017, and you logged on CoinMarketCap, there was so much green. Like, look at there's green everywhere. There's green everywhere. Dogecoin, obviously, whatever. But there's green everywhere. And these numbers might look big, 7% for Bitcoin, Ethereum 3%. These are yearly returns in most stocks. And these are happening in 7 days. And I promise you, in 2025, you're going to see coins 50% in a day, 100% in a day. But you're also going to see when that bill runs over and when it's time, and you'll know when it's time, and you'll know yourself when it's time, you're going to see the exact opposite. You're going to see down 20% in a day, down 50% in a day. So do not be a Jeffrey investor and think that you can time this perfectly. Be the Adonis investor. You're increasing your income. You're smashing that. You have been decent in for the last 6 months. If you haven't, please open up your Coinbase account, open up your Binance account, go and register. Buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, $100 worth of Ethereum, because that will motivate you to make this a weekly thing. And once you do that, you're off your way. You can thank me in 2025. You can thank me, I will accept it. But thank yourself, because again, you don't want to be the one that was sitting on the sidelines. And I got lucky. If Samir didn't tell me, I would have been buying cryptocurrency at 50, 60k. I would have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars by that time, because I would have been investing a lot of money. I would have listened to the guys that thought Bitcoin was going to 100k, and I was one of them, by the way. But if you thought Bitcoin was going to 100k, but you were investing in at 3k, it didn't effing matter, because you were taking profits at 30k, 40k, 50k. So you already made hundreds of thousands of dollars if you were buying 10 Bitcoins like I was going to do. That's the difference. Good luck.